Just warming up my clothes here. Get them out here, pull them out. Just put them underneath a 10-degree quilt. Warm them up. And there we go. Better than putting on cold clothes. So here's home for the night. Gonna be kind of quiet because of the crowd here. You can see the a little bit there, kind of bad on you. Oh, yes. The sunrise is very nice and very beautiful. Anyway, this was home for the night, and it didn't fall down on me like it did last night, which was very good. And it had both of the doors open on both sides, so no condensation. That was really good. So it's almost 7 o'clock. I'm getting a later start on purpose. I'm going to pick this up and hit the trail. Good morning. So I'm filming on my iPhone because my camera battery is almost dead, so I'm going to save that for some pictures. I just stayed at Middle Velma for the night last night, and there was about 4 different people there. One lady had 3 goats with her. Middle Velma is a nice camp spot, close to a good amount of water. The only problem though is it is truly dispersed camping. You really have to work to find a spot to pitch a tent. There aren't great defined paths. So yeah, it's nice. I mean, if you can find a spot, you just gotta really not climb, but go over some boulders and whatnot to find something. So I made it there. It was a 21-mile day yesterday, and today I only have about 14 miles. 13.3 as the crow flies, but I think today's like a 14.5-mile day on the trail. It's about 10 after 7, starting a little later because I wanted to sleep in. But so these 7 miles from Middle Velma to Richardson, they're all downhill. So a majority of my hike today to finish up the trail is downhill. And I've already hiked from Richardson Lake before, so technically speaking, once I hit Richardson, I'm done. But I'm going to do the remaining 6.6, which are uphill. Not terribly uphill, but they are definitely uphill. Anyway, what was I saying? So, yeah, got there late last night, and this woman had 3 goats. It was interesting. I took some pictures of them, a little bit of video when I could. And in any event, so I'm finishing up the hike, and these people were cooking right at the campsite. I was like, oh my gosh. So, whatever. We're in bear country. And then I thought to myself, well, if bears do come by or mountain lions do come by, those goats are fair game. So anyway, I was about midnight or so, and I heard this thud, 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 thud. Something of stature came running through, and I don't know if it was a goat. Couldn't really make out what kind of a sound it was for the footsteps, but it was definitely big. It was big enough, and it was running, and it came semi-close to my campsite. I mean, enough that it definitely woke me up and had me on alert for a bit. So anyway, Middle Velma is a decent place to camp. I can see where it'd get crowded in the summer, but yeah, so today we are headed out. I elected not to eat breakfast because, well, I'm going to on the trail here, just some snacks, but not a usual breakfast because it's mostly downhill. I'm hoping to make up some good time and wrap this trail up, and I can call it a done deal. Oh, you probably know since I said as this first came that there's no water other than the lake and there's no toilets, so you gotta pack it in, pack it out, but not a biggie. So I'm gonna head on over, cut a spider web, head on out, and hopefully here not a long day. So yesterday was very long, very long. So anyways, I will get back with you when we're further down the trail and have some breakfast. Okay, so hitting the signpost here, Richardson, Meeks Bay, no, on Richardson. I'll tell you what, go back around here. There, all down that, it was climb. Whoever tells you it's, all downhill, especially from Dick's Pass and even Middle Velma and all that, it's all downhill to Richardson, that's a lie, okay? That's a lie. I had 20 minutes there, and 20 minutes in, and most of it was climbing uphill. Most of it was switchbacks going up. It's just now started to really level out. So that's not true. That's just not true. I know on the GPS it had it that way. I know on other things it had it that way. In fact, I'll switch around here. I know it had it that way, but it's not true. Absolutely not true. So I'm hoping now it goes down. I can get a little bit of a break and snack on some breakfast because it wasn't happening before, or at least if it's a level trail, which is relatively level. So anywho, just know that. And by the way, I ran into a Desolation Wilderness Forest Ranger yesterday. He did check my permit. It was all good, but boy, he was like immensely off on his mileage. And I don't know if he just did that to lie to me because he knew I was exhausted or what, but he was way off. He was like, it's only 3 miles, including Dick's Pass all the way down to Velma. So, not true. It was a lot longer. So anyway, I guess the moral of the story is always bring a map. Have something as a backup because my app crashed and it won't work now. So always have something. Google Maps is great, but go with the numbers. Go with the maps. Don't go with people's, their guesstimate. It's just, I've had several guesstimates so far this weekend, and they've all been wildly inaccurate. Okay, so coming up here on this fork in the trail, General and PCT. It doesn't say TRT or Richardson, but it is the route you want to take because we're going to follow the PCT for a while. So we'll just continue doing that, and you can see what looks like some old blazes on a tree that were removed, and hopefully we're closer than not. Had a lot more climbing than what I anticipated, a lot more ascent. I know this seems like it's on the down, and it is, but a lot more climbing. In fact, I'm going to say the majority of it so far has been climbing. So, yeah, just know that if you're coming the northbound from Middle Velma to Richardson. Okay, so I just came from over there off the trail here, coming down in Richardson Lake. You are a sight for sore eyes. Oh, mine especially. There's a failed bear hang. I'm going to enjoy this little lunch break. Water refill. Looks like several places to camp out here. Put this down real quick. Yeah. Several places to camp. All right. There's a trail that runs by here. So, all right. Lunchtime. I should have showed you this earlier, but there's a flowing stream, pretty good too. Not too far from the trailhead. I think I'm going to be at the trailhead here soon, so, but maybe a mile and a half or so from the trailhead. Well, you can't miss it if it's flowing. It's August 30th right now, so, and it's flowing good. Ran into a couple of older hikers, and they're grabbing some water there, so it's definitely some water, but really from Velma or Middle Velma to Richardson there's no water, so you better camel up there. And then from Richardson over so far, only a couple of places that had streams. When I went on this section earlier in the year, there's many more that had water, and they're all dried up. So, you know, it's kind of the trade-off. You go earlier in the year, and it's warmer, so the snow's melting, and you have water, but then you wait till later when it's cooler, and it's gone. So, anyways, there's some good water. Not terribly far, I think, past the trailhead. Like I said, maybe mile and a half or so. So hoping to finish this up here real quick and meet you at the trailhead. Okay, here it is, Barker Pass. That should be that. Across the road here, there's a trailhead sign. But coming up here, oh, by the way, need to correct myself. That water thing was like 2 miles, or at least a mile and a half, but closer to 2 miles. So anyway, this is it. This is my truck up there, and here we are. Here we are. Alright, well that's it everybody. I got here at 2:25, so not quite 3 hours from Richardson Lake. It's a climb, so hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed my trek on the Tahoe Rim. It wasn't a through hike, but section hike, and I hope you guys find this information helpful. And if there's anything like comments or whatever you want, leave them in the box below. Give it a like, maybe even a subscribe. But with that, thanks for following along, everyone. This is the Tahoe Rim Trail 2020 in the books. Have a great one. Happy trails.